It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. We continue now our health discussion around the very interesting relationship between our gut and our brain. And we've got Heleen Meyer with us, continuing after exploring her Creatively Mindful book, which is titled Creatively Mindful. Looks beautiful and so interesting to get into the particulars of that relationship between our mind and how we function and our guts. You've got some beautiful healthy recipes represented in that book, and you're going to whip something up beautiful right now. I love steak and I love to know that it's healthy. But walk us through briefly what we're going to be putting together.
Okay, thanks, Ewan. Goodness, wrong name.
I know, Ewan is normally the one in the kitchen,
Yeah,
so
sorry.
I'll completely forgive that. And especially when you're cooking me a steak.
The philosophy that I follow is that we need to cook as natural and as fresh as possible. So I'd rather prepare a seasoned butter myself, and I know what's going into it, than buying something from the shop that I've got no control over, especially for the whole process of having a healthy gut and all of that.
Completely.
So I'm going to fry the steak just with a little bit of olive oil, and I prefer to put some oil on the steak rather than putting it all in the pan, so that I, again, can control how much I use. So while that is then frying...
It's also a great way. They say the oil then seals the meat, and the oil doesn't break down as much as if you were actually frying the oil itself before you fry the steak.
And another important thing is your cooking methods that you use. So it's not just your ingredients and a beautiful piece of steak, but how you prepare it. If you overcook that, you're actually ending up with a dry end result, and you're actually losing some of the nutritional value of the food.
You're breaking it down,
Yeah, so while that's frying, I'm just going to season this butter. It's basically the same principle as preparing a pesto.
Okay.
So I'm going to put some fresh basil leaves in here, a little bit of butter, then again some olive oil to make the butter spreadable, that it's not too hard.
Okay.
A little bit of garlic and lemon rind, always a good way to season food, and then a little bit of cheese.
I love that. So this is very much a pesto type mix.
Yes. So you mix all of that, make it nice and well seasoned, and then once that is mixed, you're going to put that into a piece of cling wrap and shape it like a sausage.
A little tube.
Let it settle again. And once the steak is hot, and we've got some steak that is prepared already.
I'm going to whip those out for you. Oh, these look lovely. And I'm glad you brought an extra two to make, because you know the studio.
No, everybody is.
Our crew is going to devour
hungry.
this, especially when it looks that amazing.
So then you have a beautiful piece of meat that you can season with the butter, and you can even use the same butter to season the vegetables. Now again, the vegetables were just blanched. They're not overcooked. They still have their color, their crunch, all the nutritional value is in there, and that's what you want. So bland eating is never on the cards when it comes to healthy eating.
There's a reason why we have taste buds, and it's probably to tell us that the right nutrients are there. If you'd like this ingredients list, this little recipe sent to you, SMS the keyword steak to 33728, and we'll send you a link. Click on the link and the rest is yours. If I can ask you very quickly, what's the right way to approach your book? How do we use this incredible manual that you've created?
What I try to do is to take my food philosophy, looking at those things that I mentioned, using the right cooking method, using the right ingredients, and build that into thoughts for the day, little tips, basic small things. I try to break down this daunting thing of changing your way of life. Exactly, that's a beautiful way of putting it.
Oh, I love it.
Making it doable, because people find that if you do small steps on a continuous basis, you tend to be able to sustain it.
I love that. Yeah.
Otherwise, if you have this huge change, and in 6 weeks' time you think, oh no, man, I can't do this. So I hope that encourages people to follow that, make it sustainable, and make it a way of life.
And I suggest you make this as your first meal. If you could smell what's coming off this beautiful herbed butter here, absolutely beautiful, calorie controlled, and you're getting all the nutrients. And if you want to win a copy of Heleen's Make a 5 cookbook and her Creatively Mindful book, then SMS the keyword steak to 33728 to get that ingredients list, and we'll throw in an opportunity to win these incredible offers, and you'll be automatically entered into that competition. competition. So stand a chance of winning a big this morning and getting a bit more health into your gut. Absolutely awesome. It's going to cost you just $1.50. And of course, terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. I cannot tell you, I wish you could smell through your TV screens how beautiful this bun is, Heleen. Congratulations, you're doing something
Thank you.
fantastic. And never forget that link between your mind and your gut. It all starts with a healthy gut. Ultimately, your second brain. Okay, I think I've talked for long enough. Let's dive into this beautiful steak.